Hello, dev people. How are you? As I promised, we came back with another interview. I hope you are fine and prepared for a new episode here at DevLive. I'm thrilled to introduce Mihai Costache, Deputy Director of Engineering Competence Centre at Thales.
That's right.
Hel- hello, Mihai.
Hello, nice to meet you. Nice
Thank
to
you,
meet you all.
thank you for your presence. And let's find out more about what are your company's expansions plans for the next 2 3 years. And also, can you share a few insights of your company's most important plans?
Oh, sure, sure. This is a very good question. So basically, Thales started the Engineering Competence Center in Romania in 2018.
Okay.
We started from a baseline of 250 engineers, and we had some aggressive growth plans. Um, Despite the fact that we went through a pandemic, we managed to fulfill them. And in this moment, as we speak, we are ahead of curve with it. In terms of growth in the next years, we plan to be approximately 2,000 people in 2030. And when I'm talking about 2,000 people, I'm talking about engineering people, not, let's say, some other type of roles. So we started with one business in Romania, and then we grew organically. In this moment, we have five different businesses in Romania impacting five industries. And I'm talking here about cybersecurity, biometrics. I'm referring at space, aerospace, defense activities. Each of these business impacts basically our lives on a day-by-day basis. And I will give you some examples.
Okay.
Let's take cybersecurity and biometrics. Thales is known as the biggest provider in infrastructure for electronic IDs, for example, electronic passports. If you own an electronic passport, that has inside the chip made by Thales. Another important topic that we are building and developing in Romania are the control access gates in the airport for biometric device by biometric IDs, in which we bypass somehow human intelligence or human presence over there with artificial intelligence that scan the passport and gives people the access to travel. Moving on aerospace, it's really important to understand that Thales is one of the biggest players in the aerospace industry in this moment. Two out of three airplanes have on them Thales infrastructure, from infotainment to let's say command and control systems. We are there, we are present. On the ground stations, we develop a lot of systems like air traffic management, and in this moment, as we speak, we develop the largest air traffic management system that will cover 11% of the worldwide air space.
Okay.
This one will be live next year once we will have the Olympic Games starting in Paris.
Good luck.
Yeah, we're gonna need it. It's a tough one. Now we are above sky. You know, we are developing satellites, and we have in Romania a huge division. We are talking about over 100 people dealing with infrastructure both on ground stations and also on the satellites for this industry. We are developing in this moment, for example, the Meteosat third generation products that implies basically a constellation of satellites transmitting to the ground station information about weather. What we do in Romania is to we take the photographs and we process them further, and then with an artificial intelligence software, we help to provide a very accurate forecast in terms of weather. Last but not least, the defense area. It's really important with all the geopolitical issues that we have in this moment. It's very important to be present over there and to contribute in the cybersecurity space. We have teams that are specialized in cybersecurity threats, and so on. But we also deal with C4I, C2I software, and also combat management systems. Basically, one of the things that is present in Romania is transforming a ship from a floating piece of metal to a navy ship. With this combat management system, that is basically or the core system of a ship that knows how to navigate the ship, uh, makes the difference between an enemy and a friendly ship around you, decide how to start a fire if needed, and defend the ship, and so on. On top, we have electronic warfare activities, which are very important because in this moment, again, with all the attacks that comes from Russia, we have to be very careful and prepared to countermeasure them. And last but not least, we do a lot in the let's say UAV areas, unmanned vehicles, like for example drones. And this is a very interesting topic because imagine that the swarm attacks can be defeated by these systems. So, in a nutshell, this is what we do in our competence center in Romania.
Thank you so much. I see that the company had a great evolution and you have great plans for the future. We are at DevTalks, the first day of DevTalks, the biggest IT and C Expo
Yeah.
conference. And I want to ask you about what's the biggest issue facing the tech industry today?
Well, there are a couple of them. I cannot finger point only on one, so I will focus on two. First of all, we've talked about it already. It's about cybersecurity and cybersecurity threats. Besides the Ukrainian war and the cybersecurity attacks that comes both from China, Russia, and so on, uh, we see in the IT industry more and more adoption of cloud. And since in this moment there are multiple offerings in terms of companies that offer cloud support, in this area, we have seen a lot of issues in securing not only these clouds by themselves, but also the interaction among them. 76% of our customers raised the issue that they have problems in securing not the clouds by themselves because the companies offers a quite support in this area, but the interaction between them. Let's take an example. If you are a company and you have your database hosted in Amazon Web Services, but you do have some other applications hosted on Microsoft Cloud, the interaction between these clouds has to be secure. And this is, in my opinion, one of the biggest challenge that we are facing in IT industry. The second one is not related to technology; is related to the people.
Okay, let's see.
We have we have seen not only in Romania but across the world a lack of resources, a lack of, let's say, skilled people to hire, to develop, and mostly to retain them. It's quite difficult to hire people. Then it's easy to train them and to form them, to make them aware about your business and making them productive. The biggest challenge is to retain them. And in here, we have to be very careful and very aware about the fact that people are staying with a company because multiple reasons, and we need to be aware, we need to know what are the reasons, we need to know people, and to treat them as an individuals, and to offer them as much as we can in order to retain as long as we can in the organization.
Okay, thank you. We spoke about people, and I have a last question for you. What is your prediction on future of work in what regards artificial intelligence?
This is indeed a tough question. So, artificial intelligence in this moment, it's not intelligence; it's artificial data processing. Yeah?
Okay,
Uh, and with some algorithms, we can define some ways of being smart to this artificial intelligence. For sure, artificial intelligence will take some of the repetitive tasks that people are doing in this moment. This is for sure. And we saw already, for example, if you go to a grocery store, you see that you can choose between scanning yourself your products or taking advantage of having somebody else scanning the products for you. But this is an artificial intelligence. My personal take on that is that in the next, let's say, 10 years, artificial intelligence, yes, will overcome people in these repetitive tasks, but for sure they will not contribute in tasks that requires, let's say, creativity, that requires to be ingenious in coming with some solutions, some decisions. So I'm not afraid about artificial intelligence, and I would say artificial intelligence, at least in this moment, and not and also in the foreseeable future, will not be equal with human intelligence.
okay, thank you so much. I'm very excited to speak with you. I hope you have a nice day. And Dev people, don't miss DevTalks today and tomorrow here at Romexpo B1 Pavilion. I assure you that you will gain very valuable insights for our guests from here at DevLive. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.